Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Psych Report. I'm your host Aditya. Today's special guest is known in the world of psychology for his experiments. A round of applause for America's leading neo-behaviorist, B.F. Skinner. Hello Mr. Skinner.
Thank you for having me on the show.
So tell me Mr. Skinner, what interests you the most in researching behavior?
Well, I started reading Ivan Pavlov's work and saw he discovered the salivary gland could be conditioned to leak at the sound of a bell, and hence he discovered classical conditioning. I watched the squirrels in Harvard Yard, and that got me thinking. Would it be possible to extend that condition? Could a person shape behavior and operant that was not a reflex?
That's fascinating stuff, Mr. Skinner. So tell us, how did you structure your experiment?
Well, I was given rats by a graduate student, so I simply placed the rats in the box that I built in the Harvard psychology workshop, and I quickly discovered that the rats learned how to press the liver in order to get food.
Alright, so then you began to observe animals' behavior and respond to the food, correct?
Indeed.
Okay, and now for a commercial break. We'll be back soon, guys.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Psych Report. I will be continuing the interview with Mr. Skinner. So Mr. Skinner, your findings led to universal laws of behavior. Tell me more about how your experiment worked.
Well, first I tried a fixed ratio schedule, where the rat would get food after pressing the lever a certain number of times. In this, the rat learned to keep pressing the lever the correct number of times in order to get the pellet. In the extinction version of my experiment, I removed the reinforcer. By removing the reward, I found that the rats would eventually stop pressing the lever, even if they heard the sounds of the pellets falling down.
I see. What other variations did you do with your experiment?
Well, then I tried variable schedules of reinforcement, which showed me some significant discoveries. If I intermittently reward the rats, they continued pressing the lever until they received the food.
I see, that's very interesting. Thanks for your time, Mr. Skinner. Now, after another short break, we'll talk to a colleague of Mr. Skinner's. Welcome back to the show. Please welcome Mr. Kerry Smith, who worked extensively with Mr. Skinner in the lab. Mr. Smith, tell us about what you believe to be Mr. Skinner's impacts on the world.
Mr. Skinner found that the irregularly rewarded behavior was by far the hardest to get rid of. This explains many concepts of human nature. It explains why men trade stocks on margin, why people gamble until the limit, and why people are so compulsive.
That's very intriguing. As some final thoughts, how do you think Mr. Skinner would like the field of psychology to advance in the future?
Mr. Skinner has always highlighted the importance of focusing on measurable behaviors, rather than simply on mental perception. Also, Mr. Skinner doesn't believe in punishment. Instead, he believes that rewards are the most effective.
I see. So Mr. Skinner believes in positive reinforcement rather than negative reinforcement, correct?
That's right.
That's very interesting. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today on the Psych Report, but it's been a very interesting show. Tune in tomorrow for yet another episode, where we will be interviewing Stanley Milgram. Good night.